Disney films have nothing to do with this. Eat a dick.
Who is this M. Night Shyamalien? What is this Unbreakable with the M. Night Shyamalien? When that trail was deranged. Oh, fuck.
Trail?
Welcome to this week's episode of What's the Holdup, the only husband and wife podcast to combine pop culture and poop jokes. The premise is simple. We take shows and movies that we haven't seen since we were wee little children, and we look at them with a far too critical adult eye and rip them to shreds and see if they're as good as we remember them being. Most of the time, they're not. I am Zack.
And I am Heather. You had to think about that for a second.
And tonight I did. I don't know who I am.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
I don't know who I am. Anyways, tonight we're here to talk about the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
I guess we were wee babies like last year.
Just kidding. We're here to talk about Unbreakable.
Sweet.
The M. Night Shyamalien movie.
Yes.
Shyamalama Ding Dong.
Oh my god, I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, but I beat you to it.
You're a bastard.
Yeah, I know. It's funny that you said that because I was like, is it old enough? And then I realized that we're fucking ancient because that movie came out 17 years ago.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, that's
sure
old enough. I think that's old enough. Anything over 10 years, I think is good enough. So
I haven't seen this movie in a long time.
No, nor have I. There's been a lot of talk about it because I guess Shyamalama Ding Dong's newest movie, Split, has spoilers. If you don't want to hear this, then press pause on your listening device.
And by pause, you mean fast forward?
Pause, fast forward, stop, whatever. Anyways.
Because if they pause and press play, they're still going to hear it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay.
Oh, babe.
Anyways, spoilers. Apparently Split has some connection to Unbreakable.
Dun, dun, dun!
Dun, dun, dun! So that made us think, hey, we should do Unbreakable.
Yeah. So Unbreakable, made in 2000, came out in November.
It's actually like 16 years old.
Yeah. So, a man learns something extraordinary about himself after a devastating accident. And the tagline is really stupid.
It's dumb.
It's dumb as fuck. Shattering cinemas soon. Eat a dick. This is stupid.
Good Lord.
Like,
I know. That's a horrible.
for how good what I remember, this movie
that's a horrible tagline.
Yeah, that's a terrible tagline.
You know what they say, the worse the tagline, the better the movie.
I don't know. I've never heard that. It's only an hour and 46 minutes.
I'm sorry.
Wow. No, I didn't realize it wasn't like a 2 hour.
Yeah, well, back in the day, that was a fairly good length for a movie. Back before movies had to be 3 hours long because they had 20 characters because they'd been being built up to over 5 other previous movies.
So, starring Bruce Willis, Samuel Jackson,
Robin Wright.
And Robin Wright.
Well, sure she was Robin Wright Penn at the time, right?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, as Robin Wright Penn.
Yeah. I'm surprised it took her longer than Madonna to figure out that Sean Penn was a dick.
That he's a total nutcase.
Yeah, so what do you remember about Unbreakable?
Well, I remember Bruce Willis hardly talks. Well, I recall him not talking very much. I recall him wearing a rain jacket most of the time, or like some weird jacket that had significance of some kind. I don't know.
No, these are your recollections, so I'm not going to say anything until it's my turn.
Yeah, so shut up. I recall that he was in a bad accident. He was a football player in high school, and he was in some sort of bad accident, or somebody drowned, or something. He drowned, or he was drowning, and he's afraid of water?
He drowned? So you mean he was dead the whole time?
No, like he was
twist.
drowning. Yeah, no, you know what I mean.
I'm joking.
Well, he could have drowned, and then somebody came and, like, took him out and got the water out of his lungs.
No, because if you drown, you're dead.
Well, so I recall him being afraid of water, and I recall Samuel L. Jackson being incredibly frail and having to be in a wheelchair most of the time because he has, like, brittle bone syndrome.
I forget what it's called. Yeah, that's why the kids tease him and call him Mr. Glass.
Yeah, and he loves comics.
Yes, as all people in wheelchairs do.
No.
That's one stereotype that's true.
Anyway.
Cripples be loving comics.
So, yeah. I mean, I know the twist. Like, I remember that.
Don't give it away.
I won't.
I'm just
Spoilers.
Bruce Willis has been dead the whole time.
Yeah.
He drowned. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Well, shit on a hat and call it a steak.
Right.
Don't do that. It's not going to be at all steak-like.
No, it will not be.
It's going to smell bad.
Yep.
It's going to smell bad. I'm not going to lie. And I'm not. I won't let you leave the house that way. Not to be one of those husbands, but if you try to leave the house with shit on your head, I'm going to probably tell you not to. That's where I draw the line.
No, I'll tell you, I do what I want. You don't own me.
And then, through the power of reverse psychology, I will get you to walk out of this house with shit on your head. Yes! So, Unbreakable. Bruce Willis.
Boons?
Boons? Boons Trellis?
Boons is the cat.
Boons is the driving cat. Boons Trellis is... He wears a rain jacket poncho thing in one scene.
Does he?
One scene.
Oh. I remembered it.
And the only significance it has is that it's the closest this movie comes to putting him in a superhero costume. Because it sort of looks a little bit like a cape, kind of. The drowning thing is actually an interesting plot point that you were talking about. What happened was, he was with Robin Wright. They were high school sweethearts. And she got in an accident, and she went in the water. And he went down there to get her. And it was something about either he didn't want to play football anymore, or she didn't want him to because she was afraid of him getting hurt. And he pretended... I don't even know if pretended is the right word. He had himself convinced that he got hurt and had to stop playing. Because that's the whole, like, when Samuel L. Jackson's character is talking to him and trying to prove to him that he is some sort of superhero, indestructible, godlike being. You've never missed a day of work from being sick, is what he says. Yeah. Because he's been, creeping up on him, checking all this shit out. Never missed a day of work because you've been sick, you never had an accident, you've never been hurt, all this stuff, blah, blah. And then Bruce Willis is like, no, that's not true. I had this accident in high school, and I had to stop playing football because of an injury, But then they go back and he replays it, and he realizes that he never got hurt. He did it for her. To stop playing football or whatever. So that's the whole water thing. And he's given himself this psychosomatic fear of water.
Yeah.
Because, what's his name there? Again, I can't fucking...
Samuel
L. Jackson, thank you. He, like he says, the superhero has to have a weakness and all that shit and everything.
Yeah.
It's basically, supposed to be, if a superhero really existed, but not in the nihilistic way of something like Kick-Ass, where there aren't superpowers and it really is just people just dressing up in, like, stupid costumes. More like if the reason that, you know, Superman, certain archetypes exist is because they're based on actual... Or I think it's almost even something like, you know, from mythology going up to through comic books or whatever, that, you know, someone had to exist like that or something like that. I don't know. I forget the exact reasoning that he has, but I don't know. I remember it being a good movie. I remember there's a part where his kid wants to shoot him.
What?
Yeah, because him and Robin Wright are, like, on the outs.
Okay.
And the kid is convinced that he is a superhero or whatever. Like, there's one point where he's trying to see how much weight he can lift.
That's right. Yeah,
and he keeps putting more weight on, and there's no limit. And then they're sitting at the breakfast table, and the kid has a revolver. And he wants to shoot the father to prove to him that he's indestructible. Right. And it's actually a very tense moment, because up to this point, they've still been playing with the, like, well, could this all be coincidence?
Yeah.
Is he really a superhero? Like, you know, is he really indestructible? Or, you know... Because, like, they did it in a very subtle, interesting way that I liked, where, like, the strength thing, it's not like he's just, you know, going around, like, chucking cars and shit like they were pastry puffs. Anything else about Unbreakable?
No, that's all I remember.
Yeah.
I remember it being a good movie.
Yes, I remember it actually being my favorite M. Night Shyamalien. Shyamalien?
We're just not going to say his name right.
55. Who is this M. Night Shyamalien? What is this Unbreakable with the M. Night Shyamalien?
Oh my god.
And the Bruce Willis. Shmoosh Schmillis?
Shmoosh Millis.
Who is saying ham? Alright. God damn it. Let's be done with this. Be done. Be gone. I fucking banish you all to Cocktown. I don't even know. Alright, let's
go watch.
Please. Unbreakable
before everybody's banished.
Before everybody's banished?
Banished.
Banachek?
Banachek. Bruce Banachek.
Bruce Banachek. What's...
Oh my god. Goodbye.
Oh my god. Alright.
Let's go watch the shit. Come on.
Let's go watch the shit. Alright.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Are you ready for the truth? I believe comic book heroes walk the earth. I believe you're one of those individuals. I'm just an ordinary man.
No, you're not. Why do you keep saying that?
It's hard for many to believe there are extraordinary things inside themselves.
Don't worry. I won't tell anyone.
It's all right to be afraid, David. Because this part won't be like a comic book. Bad is winning. It's time for someone like you.
Unbreakable.
I bet my dad could beat up your dad.
Hello. We're back.
Unbreakable.
Seriously, every time we say Unbreakable, I just want to...
Unbreakable.
Oh,
damn it. It's a miracle.
I feel so bad, because this came out way before.
That. Yep.
Like, way before. So...
That's not the only thing I think of, for some reason, when I think of Unbreakable. I don't even know why, but I think of that fucking Tony Braxton song.
Unbreak My Heart. Nice.
Yeah.
Tony Braxton. Aw. You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace, Bill Paxton.
Aw.
Yeah, Bill Paxton died. We just got the news in between recording the first part and watching the movie and then recording this part.
Yeah.
Great actor.
Will be missed.
Will be missed.
Absolutely.
I don't know what's your favorite Bill Paxton role?
Well, Twister.
Twister. I still haven't seen Twister.
Oh my god. I've seen Twister 100 times.
Don't they use a line from Star Wars in that movie?
Probably. I don't remember.
I thought they when they saw the tornado coming... I only know this because it's like a trivia thing. I thought when they saw the tornado coming, he did the, like, that's no moon, that's
Oh,
space
yeah,
station or
yeah.
something.
Yeah. It's something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta... Being, like, the consummate, like, geek that I am, I mean, I loved him in Predator 2. Loved him in Aliens. There's a lot of people who I'm sure they all thought they were the only clever one to do it on Facebook today. Game over! Bill Paxton's dead. Game over, man. Haha, fuck you. No, I mentioned this to you earlier, away from the podcast. As good an actor as he was also a really good director. I think the movie Frailty is an underseen gem of a movie, and I think people, if anybody listening to this hasn't seen it, should check it out. Basically, this dude, this widower with 2 kids, comes to the children one day and is like, God told me to start killing these demons, and he starts bringing people home that to the kids look like, holy fuck, Dad just brought a regular person home and he's gonna, like, chop their head off. And you never know, really. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's been a while since I've seen Frailty, but I believe even in the end, it's left totally ambiguous. I mean, there's enough where you could make the case one way or the other if you were arguing with something. Like, well, no, I'm pretty sure it was this. But, I mean, they don't come right out.
Yeah.
It's not like at the last minute someone's eyes glow or they sprout wings or something, you know. Really good movie. So, anyways, yeah. Rest in peace, Bill Paxton. You know who didn't die, though? David Dunn, when that trail was derailed. Oh, fuck.
Trail?
When that train was derailed.
When that trail was derailed.
When the train in Spain lies mainly on your face.
When the train derailed.
When the train derailed, David Dunn did not die.
No.
And that's because he was Unbreakable.
Ooh.
So, what did you think of Unbreakable, Heather?
It was just as good as I remembered it.
Was it?
And I actually remembered a decent amount, I think.
Yeah. I have to correct myself, or rather correct my correction. Heather is right. He definitely wore the rain poncho quite a few times.
Like, a lot.
Well, I didn't realize. I think
like
that
his
also
costume.
played into the... Right, it is. Well, I think that it serves twofold. One, I think it is supposed to be their way of putting a cape on him, like a costume, without actually coming out and doing it. But 2, I didn't even think of this before, but it also speaks to his fear of water.
Yeah.
Which I never noticed on past viewings, but I realized that today because, you know, he had mentioned that he was afraid of... And it's just a subtle... It's not like he's so afraid, like, he won't go out in water. But it kind of does play to that, because you notice in scenes where he's wearing it, not everybody else is, like, decked out in full, like, rain poncho gear, you know? Yeah... Great movie. It was already my favorite Shyamalien movie. M. Night Shyamalan. It was already my favorite Shyamalan movie, but watching it again just reinforced that.
Yeah.
I love the way it's filmed. I thought that movie was just shot excellently. I feel like a majority of shots seem to be framed in such a way as like they're filming him through, like, in between 2 seats, or through a doorway, or in lots of different ways, or like when they film his wife, it's through that circle on the window, so it's almost like she's in a circular frame.
Yeah.
I never realized it before, but I'm starting to think now that that was done intentionally to represent like comic book panels. Yeah. There have been other directors that have shot comic book movies. Well, like Ang Lee when he did Hulk. Mm-hmm. There are scenes where it's literally broken into boxes. Right. Scott Pilgrim, there was a couple scenes like that. But since this movie was supposed to be super, like, okay, without actually calling him a superhero, you know, his fucking costume is a fucking rain poncho. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I feel like that was his way of doing this, like, okay, how can I make comic book panels, but not actually make comic book panels.
Yeah.
But do it in such a way as I don't know, just watching it again, I know I'm never going to be a director. Especially at this point in my life, I'm probably not even going to be a successful podcaster. But I still have such this love for the craft. I wish I could do that. I just think that I just can't overstate how good of a director M. Night Shyamalan actually is.
Yeah.
When he's making a really good movie. That's what I think is so sad. People only remember him for the whole twist thing now, but I don't think they actually... I'm sure cinephiles do, but the general public, probably remembers him for, oh, he had such great twists, and then his movies got stupid, and then fucking Mark Wahlberg was running away from plants. Oh, God, the trees are gonna kill us. There's a transformer over there.
Oh, my God.
Seriously, The Happening can eat a fucking bag of
I don't think I ever saw
rotting dicks. We'll have to watch it sometime. It's bad.
I've heard it's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's crossing the streams bad. What did you say? It's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad. It's bad to the bone. Bad. Bad to the boner.
Boy.
So I'm sorry, I've been rambling on. What do you...
No, I agree with everything you just said. Yeah, it's very subtly framed. Like, comic book panels. I liked, I kind of liked this kid.
Yeah.
I liked how, the day after he did some superheroing, he, suddenly nudges his kid and is like, hey, look at the newspaper.
That's one part I actually forgot. I was
And
so
the
happy
kid's
when he
like-
showed the kid.
And he's like, you were right,
Yeah, don't tell Mom.
but don't tell Mom.
She'll shit
And
a
the
bird.
kid's just, so happy. Dad,
Yeah,
I'm
that
so
worked.
happy you saved people and killed a bad guy.
And he
Did
didn't
he
kill
kill
him. No.
No, he just kind of
That was pretty
choked
cool.
him until he passed out, basically.
He gave him like a sleeper hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Like
thought
the
that
longest sleeper hold.
was because it was he
Guy
was taking
jacked
him a
up
while,
on
but
Mountain
yeah.
Dew.
Bing. All right. Yeah, I actually it's so silly. It's such an inconsequential thing, but when we were watching it, because I didn't little things like how he particularly took out the guy I didn't recall.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it and I'm like, I'd be so happy if he doesn't kill this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It really would have meant a lot to me if they were trying to do this thing about him following this superhero archetype. That I was really happy he didn't kill him, but no, he incapacitated him. Not that the dude wouldn't have deserved it,
Right.
but I still like that he was holding himself above that.
Yeah.
So another thing is there were a couple parts in this movie that had me more tense than the last straight up horror movie that I watched.
Yeah.
One was when Samuel L. Jackson's character
Falls.
is walking down those steps and
Oh
you
my
know
God.
he's gonna fall.
He's not walking down those steps. He's trying to run down those steps.
Yeah, and you
which
know
is
that he's
stupid.
got the disease and his bones are gonna
And
break.
he knows
and you can,
he's going to
oh,
fall.
God.
He just knows.
That had me on edge.
Oh,
For
man.
real.
I know it did.
I was like,
I remember it because you're like, oh my God, I can't even watch this.
I can't, yeah.
And it is.
And
It's
of course
awful.
he does fall and cracks everything.
Oh, and they show every
Ugh.
single
Hit, I know.
Ugh.
And then the other thing was when the kid had the gun. That's such a powerful scene. He's pointing a fucking gun at his father. Who cares if he thinks his father's invincible? He doesn't know that.
Yeah.
And of course the parents are terrified.
Right.
It's just holy shit.
And then even Mr. Glass there is like, I didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, he's
that
like,
he was
I didn't
invincible."
tell him that you couldn't be killed. Yeah.
I never said you couldn't be killed. That was never said.
Yeah. This kid's fucking Looney Tunes.
Not my fault.
So, one thing that I did find kind of fucked up, and I'm sure that some would say, not you, but some would be like, oh, Mr. fucking PC's gotta find Mr. SJW. We got the tires that's right for you. No, Mr. SJW's gotta find something fucking wrong. But when he's standing in, like, the train station thing or wherever he was, I don't think he was on campus at that point, but when he was standing at, like, you know, Grand Central Station, I know that's not what it was because they're in Philadelphia, but, and just letting people bump into him, right? He touches a rapist.
Yeah.
And sees that they committed a rape. And then doesn't go after them instead of the other dude.
Well,
but why doesn't he? Because he sees the kid, because it's a college kid, and he sees the kid, like, talking to his parents. And it's like, oh, well, geez, you know, he's got he's part of a family.
Well, but there's also... It
kind of skeeved me out a little bit.
There's also... I know, that is kind of skeevy, but it's also... While he's looking at that kid, he gets bumped by the other guy. And the other guy's thing is worse. The other... Not worse.
No,
okay,
I know what you mean.
Worse,
no, I know what you mean, because
there's
in actually...
progress.
Well, not... Right,
like,
there's
it's
kids
still
tied
going
up.
On.
Right, no, I get that. It just... It looked...
Like he can do something about it.
He looked at the kid, and then it almost looked like he looked away before the guy it looked like he was settling into, like, well, okay, the kid's talking to his family, and how could I get mad? You know, like, his family's so happy to see him, and again, maybe I'm just looking for things, but it almost felt to me like that fucking Brock Turner kid, where it almost looked like he was looking, he's like, oh, man, if I tell that he's a rapist, it's going to ruin the rest of his college career. It's going to ruin this happy,
like,
you know...
No,
like,
it wasn't even that. Like, how is he supposed to...
him getting back with his parents.
But how is he supposed to, like, prove that? He can't prove that at the moment.
I understand.
Because he's not in progress of doing it.
I understand that. I'm just telling you how it made me feel.
Oh, I know. No, I get it.
Because specifically about the fact that it was a date rape thing, and that it quickly showed him at the dorm and telling the girl, like, oh, you know, you must have had too much to drink, and then he slowly shuts the door and goes back as like, okay, that's really...
No, I absolutely get that. And for all we know, if the other guy hadn't bumped into him, who knows if maybe he was going to follow him.
Yeah.
Or whatnot, you know,
he
was probably starting to be the intended target of justice, and he just happened to get bumped by somebody who was committing, like, super heinous crime in progress,
That's
like,
true.
right now,
that
he could do something about.
Which, that's kind of messed up, too, where... He sees...
Can I come in?
Yeah, can I come in? I like your house. Can I come in?
I like your house.
No, you can't come in.
Well,
and then the guy just stands there looking
up.
at him. No, you can't come in. And then he, like, opens the door anyways and pulls...
Why didn't you slam, like, the actual door?
No.
Yeah, let's hold on to the screen door. No, slam the fucking big-ass wooden door.
I know.
You dumb bitch. and now you're dead.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I understand why he went after that.
I'm pretty sure the mom was dead, too, right?
Yes.
Is that what you got from her slumping over like that?
Yeah.
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 Like, she had no reaction to the fight going on in front of her. Like, she had no reaction to anything, and then just kind of fell over.
Yep.
When
I think you're right.
Undid her bonds. That sucked.
But
the kids helping him out of the pool was cool.
Was cool, yeah.
I remembered the thing about him falling in the pool.
I did not remember how he got out.
I didn't remember how he got out. And I didn't remember the whole house thing itself, really. Like, I didn't remember all of that. I just remembered he fell in a pool at some point. But...
That was another... I loved the tension of he falls on the pool cover.
Oh, I know.
And
he's
slowly,
like, no.
yeah, and slowly each side starts lifting up
Yeah.
until it, oh man. That was filmed awesome too. That was really like, as stupid as this sounds, and knowing, all about, quote, movie magic, unquote, I was still like, oh my god, like, how did this dude not drown filming this? I'm sure it wasn't actually Bruce Willis, whatever, but still, whoever was in that water tangled up in the thing, all I could think of is how it is so easy already in the water to lose, what is the word I'm looking for? Perspective?
Your bearings?
Yeah, your bearings, I guess, yeah. Up is down and left is right and all that. Could you imagine that and being, like, encompassed in a tarp?
Ugh.
Like, I couldn't, oof.
How can you forget that you almost drowned? How do you forget that? I don't think anybody would forget that.
There's a couple things that I was thinking about that for the movie to work, you have to suspend disbelief on.
He's just a really forgetful dude.
And that, well, yeah, and most of them, and I'm not talking about the whole, like, you're going to suspend disbelief about him being a superhero. No, fuck you, idiot. Nameless idiot that I'm making up. No, but what I mean, what the stuff I'm talking about is like, yeah, you had to go along with the fact that he forgot he almost drowned when he was a kid.
Yeah.
You had to go along with the fact that he seemed to have forgotten that he didn't actually get hurt in that car accident that he pretended to be hurt in so that he could stop playing football for his life and all that. And then him not remembering if he'd ever been sick. Also, how does the, like, you don't know you have super strength until you try to bench a lot thing work? Like, I don't quite...
Yeah.
Some situation would have come up where it would have been like, holy shit, I'm this strong?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, something other than, I don't know, let me see how much I can bench. Even when he said, this is the most I've ever benched, it's like, so...
Right.
Like, you got to a point where you were like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm benching this. And then you weren't like, well, let me see what else I can put on. That being said, this just goes to show that if a movie is good, and if these little leaps in logic serve the movie, then it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
I love when people say, well, how can you nitpick a movie to death and point out all these flaws? And I'll tell you, because if the movie isn't good enough, or it's not strong enough that those things actually bother me, and I know it's subjective, but I mean, something like The Dark Knight Rises, there's so many problems with that movie, and it hurts my enjoyment. But something like the movie directly before it, The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
There's actually possibly just as many, not plot holes, because the term plot hole gets thrown around and not used correctly.
Yeah.
But there's just as many logical inconsistencies in that movie as well.
Yeah.
But nobody ever talks about them.
No.
Because the movie was so good. That's how I feel with this, like those things we can notice them, we can talk about them when we analyze it. But when you're watching the movie, it doesn't take you out of it.
No.
And why? Because the scene with his son adding more and more weight is so cool, and it works so well. It's a novel approach to the whole, like, how strong is it? Yeah,
it's inconsequential.
Exactly, and then the reveal of, like, he's never had a sick day. It's so much better than him just remembering, like, how many times you've been sick. Oh, none. You know what I mean? Like, I get that. The drowning thing you were talking about too. Yeah, the only thing I can think about, though, now that I think of it, that one might actually be the only one that is believable, because isn't it true that sometimes traumatic events, people block traumatic events out of their mind, like if it's traumatic enough?
Yeah. Because
there's been people that, oh shit, not to go really dark, but there's been people that, like, you hear about, where they forgot they were, like, molested and stuff, or, like, something bad happened when they were a kid, and, some childhood trauma, and until they've gone to therapy, they totally forgot about it because they blocked it out.
Yeah.
It's like a preservation thing.
Yeah.
So I could see that, actually.
Yeah.
Forgetting about that. But definitely not the... Like I said, the other stuff, it seems like if it was really happening, then he would have discovered his strength before that at some point.
Yeah.
Let's go to the notes. What I got written down?
Go to the notes.
Oh. Fucking Bruce Willis takes off his wedding ring.
Oh, yeah.
In the beginning when he's on that train. And he's flirting with the lady. I wonder how different it would have been if she had been interested. Like, I can't believe...
Well, it wouldn't have been too interesting because she died, like, 5 minutes later.
True.
She dead.
But I don't like that he had the intention of cheating. That made me sad.
Well, it wasn't... It wasn't really the intention of cheating, because they were in a separation at that point.
Okay, good point.
And she even asked, she's like, have you been with anyone else?
Yeah.
He was allowed to be at that point. He
Yeah.
didn't.
No, he didn't.
He didn't end up being, but, you know, it sounded like they were allowing each other to be.
Yeah.
If they wanted. So...
I know, but...
Not total skis bag.
Alright, but anytime someone well, okay, let's put it this way. If he was still wearing his wedding ring, it was for a reason, and then for him to take it off like that.
Yeah.
I also have, again rhymes with rain, because I don't know if you noticed, but Samuel L. Jackson was like, again, please?
Again,
when he was talking to that guy. He's like, what were you saying again? Like, it's my favorite show. Oh, they're showing this episode again? Like, that's, like, he kept saying again.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how I never noticed this unless the last time I watched the movie was before I got into this band, but I was so happy to hear I've Been Tired by the Pixies playing in the background of the scene where he's being a dick to the comic book guy. And that even though it's a PG-13 movie, in the background, you could hear the line about losing his penis to a whore with disease. That was great.
That was great.
Yeah, that made me so happy. I was listening for it, and I was like, oh my god, I love this song. I was like, I can't believe this fucking song is in this movie. It's not even like that's a deep cut, too, Pixie song. Oh, man. So, yeah, that made me happy. Nice. Let's see. Did you have any notes?
I didn't.
Notes Magoats. Oh, can we start? If we actually have segments, can we call it Notes Magoats?
Notes Magoats.
Yeah, Notes Magoats is right. What? Yes, I'm naming my Google Doc Notes Magoats. Okay,
Notes
you happy?
Magoats. I love it.
Did you have anything else to?
No.
Right.
It was good.
Let's check and
Still
see.
a good movie.
Yes, it was. There was hardly any, and by hardly I mean none, so I don't know why I said hardly any. There were no negative reviews.
No.
On IMDb. So we're gonna read just a couple of interesting reviews, so you can go first.
Alright. This one says, better than The Sixth Sense by Tom.Cat at talk21.com.
Ooh.
On January 24th of 2001.
I agree, by the way, but that's just because, like I said, that's personally my favorite.
An hour and a half into this movie, I wondered how Shyamalien would wrap the film up in a nice little package without room for a sequel. I shouldn't have bothered. The film was superb, and the ending was a bigger twist than The Sixth Sense. Anybody who doesn't get Unbreakable should stick to Disney films. Whatever. Disney films have nothing to do with this. Eat a dick. Bruce Willis proves once again that he can act. We already knew that. Most of the plaudits? What are plaudits?
I don't know.
Most of the plaudits for Sixth Sense went to the kid and 12 Monkeys to Pitt.
Praise means praise.
Okay. I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Although Jackson is superb as usual, Bruce Willis steals the movie with a subtleness.
Why the fuck did he mention 12 Monkeys?
Oh, I'll go back. Most of the plaudits for 6 cents went to the kid, and 12 monkeys to Pitt. Although Jackson...
Oh, is he very horribly trying to say, and the praise for 12 monkeys?
Yeah.
That Bruce Willis was also in, went to Brad Pitt. Okay, I see. Sorry.
Jackson is superb as usual. Bruce Willis steals the movie with a subtleness most screen actors cannot portray. Unbreakable is a great way to start off what should be a fine year for movies. Good old 2001.
Wow.
So...
Ugh.
Yeah, I picked the shittiest review. Bastards.
Alright, I have very subtle. Oh, wow. I have very subtle. Requires multiple sips to get the full measure. This movie... Oh, sorry. This review may contain spoilers. For an almost 20-year-old movie.
Yeah.
This movie will be the curious Georged.
Yeah.
This movie will be the curious nugget in the collection of Shyamalien films. It is great to see young writing and directing talent that is carving a niche away from the usual fare while running with the big boys and girls. Entering the mainstream was a cheat. I was going for Marvin, thank you very much.
Oh.
Kermit would have been... Wait, where did it go? This movie will be the curious nugget in the collection of Shyamalien films. It is great... Shyamalien! Yay! It is great to see the young writing and directing talent that is carving a niche away from the usual fare while running with the big boys and girls. Entering the mainstream was achieved through this kick-off blockbuster, The Sixth Sense. If you are among the small cadre of people who figured out The Sixth Sense's If you are among the small cadre of people who... Have you guys figured out that we record this at night yet? Very late at night. If you are among the small cadre of people who figured out the Sixth Sense's twist before the ending, salute! Unbreakable continues Shyamalien's unorthodox view of things by crafting a more mortal superhero drama. Unlike Peter Parker, parentheses, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, 2004, who completely emerges as Spider-Man, web-slinging and building hopping. Within about 30 minutes of the whole movie, David Dunn, Bruce Willis, is discovering the more subtle but extraordinary abilities for the whole movie, with some help from his friends and foes. Being able to stick to and vertically climb a building wall is a fairly noticeable attribute. Why it would occur to anybody to try escapes me. But never being sick in one's life may actually escape one's attention. People develop mindsets that prevent them from recognizing certain things until a suggestion changes that condition. In this movie, being the sole uninjured survivor of a train crash is pretty strong suggestion. From there, you watch the revelation unfold. Yes, there is a villain, but I won't spoil the movie for those who have not ventured to try it. If you have been avoiding it after poor recommendations from others, forget about The Sixth Sense and give it an undivided attention DVD viewing. Give it an undivided attention DVD viewing.
Yeah.
Be patient and let it take you. I liked its subtle power. That's only the 5th time we've used subtle. Mm-hmm. It implies a certain superhero quality in all of us. Dear God.
Guys, it's subtle.
That was shit. This is a subtle movie. It's subtle with...
Shyamalien is subtle.
It's subtle with a fruity hint of nutty overtones.
Of Shyamalien.
Shyamalien.
I can't believe you
M. Night Shyamalien.
Shyamalien.
55.
Oh my god.
Who is this Shyamalien? He's Unbreakable, stupid.
Oh my god.
Is Shyamalien.
Shyamalien.
Is M. Night Shyamalien made this.
Oh my god.
You love it. What is this stupid movie? You love it. It was M. Night Shyamalien.
Shyamalien. Oh boy. All right.
This is 55th movie. Oh, it's so good.
Sorry. All right.
It's so good. He is so unbreakable. You try to break it in half, and it don't do it.
Wow.
Wild hearts can't be broken.
Okay. So, calling the question, does it hold up, Zach?
Not only does it hold up, but I find it to be an even better film now than it was then, especially with the just fucking stampede of generic superhero movies that have come out in the past 10 years. It's actually refreshing to watch something like this that I want to say puts a new spin on it, which is funny because it's an old spin, I guess,
right,
if you think about it. But
yeah,
it's interesting to watch something like this.
Yeah.
Being a superhero fan, and if you're, a little burnt out, guys, it's been like almost 17 years. So if you haven't seen it, or if you have and it's but not in like 17 years,
you suck.
Watch it because what?
You suck.
That's not what I was going to say at all.
I know.
Watch it because you might need the freshness. What? Watch it again because it'll give you a fresh time.
It's the
Kill
taste
me
in your life.
Kill me, please. Kill me. Kill me
It's
before
the
it
freshest
happens.
taste in your life.
It's Unbreakable, the fresh maker. Okay.
Unbreakable's gonna be like Mentos, yo.
One more fucking time. Watch this movie again because it's a nice break. If you're a superhero, dear fucking Christ, kill me. If you like superhero movies or movies about superheroes, but you don't want to watch Superman and Batman and Captain America and Iron Man fucking jerk off all over the screen again, watch this and you can jerk off all over Bruce Willis instead.
Gross.
Okay? What do you mean gross?
Gross.
You wouldn't jerk off on Bruce Willis?
I would not.
I would.
Good for you, babe.
And that's probably why he never returns my tweets. This is 2017. It'd be more of like, you'd be more apt to tweet to someone than call them, right? I don't fucking know. Jesus Christ. What are we doing next week? Nothing? Good. Sounds good. No, just kidding. Do we know yet?
We don't.
No. Alright.
It'll be a surprise.
That'll be a surprise.
It's always a surprise.
Just like the surprise if somebody actually listens to this.
Yay!
That it'll give me when I check the figures. Oh my god.
Check those facts and figures. Look a
I
little more desperate.
I hate to make excuses, but is it okay if I mention the like crippling vertigo that I'm suffering right now due to an inner ear infection?
Zack is a dizzy Dane right now.
Yes, so that people don't think I'm a total moron. Okay.
Oh, they already think that, honey. I'm
Yeah,
just
I know.
kidding. Stop.
So true.
Stop
All right.
that.
We will talk to you guys later. No, fuck. We'll see
I
you
think
guys
it holds
later.
up.
Oh,
too, by
hey,
the way.
Heather. What do you think
That's
about
okay. Fuck
Unbreakable?
off.
What do you think about Unbreakable? How is it?
It's great. Holds up. The end.
All right. See you next week. Bye.
1, 2, 3. She's a real left-winger 'cause she been down south and held peasants in her arms. She said, I could tell you stories